Gentlemen, we are live here at the Can-Am Connection. Welcome, everybody. Nathan Williamson, Tim Thomas, Espies is not here today, but my man, Brian Parliament, decided to join us today. Thank you, Brian, for joining us. Folks, how was your weekend?
Good.
I didn't do anything.
I have a
So,
question. I have a question to start this off. Nathan, are you
Okay.
doing scratch tickets during our podcast?
I just won $50, so it's okay.
Jeez, I heard it too. I heard he was fiending in the
Yeah.
parking lot over there.
Well, I stopped at the station to grab a water, and I was like, oh, let me grab a couple, and I just won $50 on a $5 ticket, so I can't complain too much.
there we
oh,
go.
there you go. See? So, gentlemen, today's topic is going to be open topic, but I want a couple things I want to get to. So, the first topic at hand, and we touched about this before, but now that we got the ladies round robin coming up, and when more of that comes up, we've all competed in tournaments where we've pulled multiple classes, right? Cool. And that's the rule. You put your elbow on the table and, hey, it's on. However, we all know that we've had matches that we probably should have won, but we didn't because of the fact that we pulled multiple classes and the other person we pulled didn't. So I'll take myself, for example. Last weekend in Kansas City, hello, Macho Man. Hello, Candy. And Candy, we're going to get to y'all in a second. For example, myself, I pulled my super match, right? Left hand. I pulled the Masters left hand. I pulled the open class left hand. So then I pulled the BMF, which I took myself out of because I had nothing more in the tank. And Tim, you and I know it was so hot that, no matter how much food we took in, you start to cramp up. So the question is, it goes like this. Should people be concerned about who they lose to if they pull multiple classes? Who wants to take that one first?
100% no. You put your elbow on the table in that class. And there's not, and this is another thing too. You get those people that go, I want to pull multiple classes, but can you do this class first? And then no, like the guys, if you're trying to do a certain class and then to go do this, that's not how shit works. Just if you want to pull multiple classes, take your L's and take your W's and move the fuck on. Stop with the bitching. You put your elbow on the table. It doesn't matter at that point. You chose. It's a choice. We go over these things all the time. It's a fucking choice.
Did you guys did anybody happen to watch the fix last night?
I missed it.
Hutchings. So Hutchings said it best on there, honestly. And these people complaining about, oh, I lost to this person. When he started out, he pulled up multiple weight classes to pull the best people. You have everybody now that are afraid to pull different weight classes because they won't win.
Why?
I'm getting to that. The reason they don't is because they don't get that shiny little thing around their neck.
Yeah, but that's not the reason you pull up. You pull up because you want to gain that.
Yes, exactly. But what I'm saying is people today, a lot of arm wrestlers today are scared to pull up to face the better competition because then they don't go home with that little jingle around their neck.
I think it's more like it's not good for the highlight reel, right? And then if you say any criticism, they go, "You're a hater. Get a life." I'm
Well, I've never understood that. Like Nathan, what you said, about the medal. The point is, if it's a higher end tournament, I'll say the point of a higher end tournament is to pull your class or maybe cut to a class and win that thing. You use everything else as a practice.
Yeah.
It's not about getting 95 medals to put on a damn wall. I mean, I've been pulling for 20 years. Look at the wall. I give mine away to kids. It's not that important.
No, you're spot on, Tim.
It's literally not that fucking important. But if you want to get better, now it's the people that show up to their local county fairs or the bars and still cut weight and pull that class. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like fucking pull. If you're a 76 guy, right? And we have one around here who's phenomenal. You pulled 220 today. Why? Because it's going to make you better for your fucking 176 class. And then use it as a practice. Don't. And guess what? If you go, and I guarantee most of those people are not going 0-2, right? it could go 1-2 on a bad day, but like treat it as a practice. It's more than just getting a stupid award around your neck. Like at some point, that little award at your weight class really means nothing when you're up here.
Yep. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
So
And
Well,
just be happy that you get to pull multiple classes. Like I'm a super heavyweight, and I feel so many times like, you know, I want to pull so much. I come all the way to this event. I'm with my friends. I want to pull more, but I don't have the luxury of pulling up 2 classes. So, you know, now I pull masters right, left,
Oh, I was
and then I
about to
pull
say.
pro right, left, right. So I get, you know.
I was just about to ask, can you pull the old fucker class?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm old fucker. Yeah.
You need up on that because I can pull the older old man class. But
Oh, I give Danny crap about it all the time. I mean, he pulls 40, 50, and 60. I'm like, well, get out there and get it. But he just loves. But the same thing with Danny, though, right? Like, we'll use him as an example. He just loves to compete.
Yeah.
Like, he'll pull his weight class in the seniors, then he'll pull every other class he can possibly get his hand in because he loves it.
Mhm. Well, here, I'll give you one. The reason why I said that is because, you know, again, when I went to Kansas City, you know, those are guys you don't see on a regular basis, right? So, you know, and Tim, you've been all over the place. And so when you go to a different part of the United States or even overseas, you want to get the best you can. So as much as you can. So when I go there, I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, it's not a hop, skip, and a jump from Oregon by no means. So I'm going to go out there and pull as many classes as I can, just see what happens. If I go 2-2, 0-2, win the motherfucker, whatever the case may be, I'm going out there and, you know, the only thing I didn't get a chance to do was do some after pulling because it was a long night and I was just exhausted and tired. But nonetheless, when I go to a far place, then I like to get that experience like you gentlemen were saying. And I get to pull this person, that person, you know, and let's be real. Usually after pull, nobody's fresh anyway. So the notion of, you know, well, what would happen if so-and-so's fresh for fresh? The only time that happens is when if it's somebody you really want to pull in a tournament, you happen to be up first. Or if it's a round robin, like the ladies coming up, it's round 1. Other than that, no one's going to be fresh for fresh. So the notion of some people saying, oh, yeah, he beat me, but if we were fresh for fresh or I beat him,
I get sick of hearing that.
you know what I'm saying? It's a two-way street. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll use Neil as an example, right? Like when Neil used to come over here from England, and I've heard him say this multiple times, and I've even had this conversation with him. He pulled every class he possibly could pull because they were money classes.
Right.
So for him, it was, you know, it wasn't about the medal around his neck. It was about the money in his pocket. You know, if he could come to stay in the U.S. for a month and rack up $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in tournament winnings, why the hell wouldn't he? Pulling multiple classes.
Yeah, I mean, and Jody, I'm going to go off of what you just said with Kansas City. Like, I used that, like, and you know, we were sitting right next to each other. Like, that was the type of tournament with the type of people there where I wouldn't have pulled up, right? It was a high enough caliber tournament where I think there was 4 guys in my class that were ranked in the top 15. Yeah. And I was like, shit. And then I was so beat up for my super match. I think we went 8, and I came back and I said, fuck it, let's just do it and see what happens, right?
Yeah.
But speaking of which, how is your right wrist? Is it still all bruised and stuff?
Yeah, it's still doing rehab right now. I just did training last night with it, just a bunch of rehab to try to get it right. But no, I watched a video 1 trillion times, and it was literally when he kings move, the way that the strap was on, because it's not a normal WAP strap or a lion strap. It's like a made, like your own made strap. So it was it was like a seatbelt buckle. And so the way that the king's move happened and my wrist went like that, something along right in here just totally either rolled over and popped or another blood vessel went. Yeah. And it is what it is. But I took a solid week off and trained last night for the first time.
Oh my God.
What's it like to get real now? What's up, Mr. Pickup?
How you doing, lads? I better turn my
guys.
phone around. I'm always telling people off for that. Silly shit.
So since you hopped on and you were listening, so the question was pulling multiple classes at tournaments and stuff. And Nathan just said, you had mentioned on one of the shows that, you know, when you came over here to the United States, you pull all these classes. I mean, it's to get the experience or the money. What's your experience?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, money tournaments were the thing. Actually, I kind of feel like there's, and you guys, you know, tell me what you think, but there's formal main draw competition, and then there's money shows, and the circuit was different, and the vibe was different, and the rule set was different. But yeah, the money shows for me were a big thing. I loved it, whether it was wherever it was, Russia, Japan, Europe, America, wherever. I used to love the money circuit. It was great, really good. And I always felt very at home in America because culturally it's very similar, you know. So yeah, loved coming over there. Got a lot of friends over there, so it was awesome.
Why do you think? To me, it feels like the sport's in a weird spot now, where you know you have the diehards like us five up here and SB, and then you know a lot of people in the chat. But there are people who are like scared to compete because they feel like if they take a loss, it may damage their trajectory or whatnot. And I always thought that was weird because when I came up in the early 2010s in the sport, you know, it was about, if Neil Pickup showed up, oh man, I can't wait to pull Nick. So like, for example, in the Pacific Northwest and Bill Collins ran the US Open, when you got guys like Tom Nelson and Kenny Hughes coming, and if Brzezinski was there in town and Jordan Seal, you foamed at the mouth because I want to know what it feels like to compete against guys on that level that you heard about. And now it's just so different because nobody wants to lose, or, you know, what they'll do is post all their wins, but then they don't post all their losses. And like, for me, I finally got around to posting all my matches from last weekend. And yeah, there were some losses in there, but it's just like, that's just who I am. And, you know,
do you think it's because of social media?
Probably.
Do you think the big shift now is social media because it's
social media and format, Brian, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think
the Kings moves fucking everything up.
Yeah. I see
As
the
Tom would
Kings
say.
last night.
Well, I mean,
Tom would say.
So some of those there, like, right, like when you're saying scared to, you know, nowadays, you know, back in the day, we used to chase those people, right, to feel it. But a lot of people don't understand nowadays that if, you know, say somebody shows up that's a higher end, you're like, oh, I'm not going to pull that class because, you know, if I lose to him, blah, blah, blah. Like, some people don't understand that even if you take an L against him, could still be a win for you.
Yep, exactly.
Depends on how you pull him.
Tim, can I make a little example here, mate, which involves you?
Yeah.
Right. So the other week we go over to Vienna. We're at East versus West Vienna. And Tim's pulling, I'm pretty sure it was a lefty event, gets in a fucking absolute ridiculous screamer. Mega match. Looked like it was gone. Absolutely on the frigging precipice of getting beat. Wrist busted back, outside his shoulder, shit show of a position. Digs down, stays with it, stays diligent, calm, patient, digs his way back in, wins the match. In my opinion, best match of the tournament period. Tim afterwards, I'm standing right there. And Tim comes over afterwards. He goes away, then he comes back up and he gets smoked in his next match. And Tim feels it's necessary to come over to me and say, oh, dude, you know, I was gasping out of the match. I didn't give a fuck about the fact that Tim lost. Tim's brownie points to me gone through the roof, because if you're an arm wrestler and you know what it's like to have been in one of those matches, you know you're gassed. You don't have to tell me that. I know once he's done that and the other dudes come in fresh as a daisy, it's not even a match. But it doesn't matter. You've done your job. You get me? You've done your job. You've shown me, number one, you can arm wrestle your balls off. It was an amazing match. It was probably enjoyable for Tim. It was, in my opinion, the most enjoyable match of the entire frigging event. And that's the kind of arm wrestler I love, the hardcore guy who goes in any weight class, anywhere, anyone. Let's go.
Well, see, don't you think if you're going to an event, right? I'd much rather go to an event if I get into a banger where it was a war and somehow I pulled it off and got the win. That would mean more to me than going and running through everybody and not even having a match. I would take that any day.
A lot more
over
enjoyable,
just
isn't it,
doing
Brian?
Well, because you worked hard, you had a memory and you had a war, and that there can't be replaced by just flash pins and quick wins.
Well, it's like again, coming back to the fix last night with Hutchings, where he said he always pulled up to face the better competition.
Yeah,
Today, the vast majority of arm wrestlers today don't do that. They pull their weight class or whatever they want to pull.
does. Like Drosy, he does it.
Yeah, but I'm saying
classes.
it's not common. It's not as common as it once was, and
the
it's
irony
unfortunate.
is, the lads that get there, that get to that peak level, are usually of that mindset. Because if you're going into the thing with your mind on living a false reality and like, oh, please everybody think I'm awesome when I'm not.
Yeah.
Look, ultimately, at the end of the day, you're gonna get what you're gonna get, and you're not gonna get. Who gives a shit what anybody else thinks about your career? Just go and arm wrestle. And the real arm wrestlers, I guarantee you, John Brazink's not going in and judging everybody. Think, oh well, that guy's shit. It's just not what he's about.
Yeah.
It's just not. How many of you guys honestly do that? I know I never do. I couldn't care whether you're good, bad, or indifferent. I respect the guy that gets up there and gets after it.
I have a soft spot for Hart. Yeah, people that just like Ryan Bellinger and Clifton Erickson in the chat. Both those guys could have their arms peeled back, fucking out of position, and they will just not give up. You have to break their arm to pin them.
Yeah.
I respect that kind of shit.
Or if you're Alan Ford, you have to keep.
Yeah, Alan Ford. Yeah.
I
love Alan's awesome, but yeah, poor guy. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. One of my most favorable matches is a super match that I didn't even win. From a scoring standpoint, I lost 5-1. And Neil, you know where I'm going with this. It happened on your show at Arm Wars. And when I'm up there overseas and I'm pulling Agent Popescu out of Romania, and I'm thinking, okay, guys like super tall, super strong. I'm thinking, wow, I got my hands full. But I'm excited because that was my first really, taste of international competition. And even though I lost 5-1, I felt my brain, I put a dent in that match for him because I made him work. And it was like, you know what? If I'm going to go down on my sword, I'm going to go on my sword on this match. And Neil, you were there. You know how it went down.
Well, here's the one for you, Jode. You think back to that day. Can you remember the noise and there was no crowd. It wasn't casual observers. It was pullers. Everybody in there is a friggin' arm wrestler. It's the ultimate fighter, effectively. Remember the noise in the room when you got that win, and everybody went up.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do it for. That's what you're arm wrestling for. You can. It also, it's great to go on, like Brian said. You can go smoke a load of guys, and that's awesome. You got to win. Yeah. But did you really enjoy it, or do you really enjoy the match where it stops and it's a screamer? Because personally, those were the matches that I remember in my career. The quick wins and stuff. To be honest, I'm never going to remember them, and I know I didn't enjoy them. Not even close to what you enjoy any kind of battle.
Well,
one of my favorite matches Neil had was Alan Ford. Like that was a memorable matchup because Alan was working his ass off and trying to figure out, the chess game that was Neil Pickup at the time, and like you could see you just cutting angles and everything else. Like
he blew his brain. Yeah, I love that match. Yeah.
Oh, in Vegas, I want that. To be fair, that match wasn't even supposed to happen. I'd just come from Worlds. I pulled Worlds, went there, set up the comp. Alan pulled. There was another guy that was supposed to be arm wrestling there, wasn't available. Alan came over and he said, "I'm good. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "No, not really, mate." And he goaded me, just taking the piss, having fun.
Yeah.
And eventually, I thought, you know what, fuck it. Yeah. So I took a couple of painkillers and we got up there. And when I got up there just that day, I had too much. And I knew I had too much. So I started playing a little bit and having some fun, gripping him down, And another day it can be different. You know how it is. You never know. Alan's a great arm wrestler. He's a good lad. Just that day it was my day. But the ones where that was not not a memorable one for me because I was in cruise. But I've had some where I've been, brain bleed horrible, where it's been just awful match. I had one with Bill Sinks at the Worlds in the 80 kilo class, the last time I pulled the 80s. And the bad thing was when you go into matches like that, you want to be really, really able to go that extra mile. And I was shitting myself because I'd had a really hard weight cut and I was planning on winning the show. And I got Bill in the quarterfinal. And I knew he was a sticky bastard, but I wanted to put him away. And we had like 5 starts through mini elbow fouls, the usual WAF stuff, your friggin' elbows a fraction. So we ended up going like loads of times, and every single one of the starts was like a 2-minute. And when it's funny because I won the match, and after I won the match, I was so like elated. I went, yes. And Bill, we're obviously good friends, and he reached over, grabbed the back of my head, and he said, "Mate, I don't know what the fuck you're celebrating for. You're going home," and like laughed. And I thought, "Oh, you bastard!" Yeah, I am. And it was but it was piss funny. But it was the memory of that event. That's the one you take away because just a dingbat of a match, ridiculous.
So to pivot to the next topic, and Neil, you've probably done this too. All of us have competed in tournaments when there was a round robin at the end of the tournament. So, sorry. Overall, you're right. See, I got the round robin on my brain and stuff. Overall tournaments. Now, I thought there was only one way to have that, but can anybody else who wants to start with this, what's your interpretation of an overall tournament?
The way I've always seen them ran, and I've seen several of them, is the person that won the open weight, so the super heavies, takes on the 242 person and coincidentally goes down in weight classes. And eventually the last person typically to pull is the 154 amateur.
Oh, we didn't do it that way at all. Yeah, no. we do it totally different. We actually make a single elimination bracket. So everybody just pulls everybody. You don't know. We just we let the bracket draw the names.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. That's how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a tournament. If you do a bracket, I mean, still like we've done it both ways.
Yeah.
But normally, like we just do heaviest to lightest. The two guys that are heaviest go all the way down.
Well, that's the King of the Hill, Tim, isn't it? King of the Hill overall.
Yeah, it's King of the Hill. But if you do a bracket, it's still you put the 2 lightest down here, the 2 heaviest up here, and it just goes like this.
Yeah, we still don't do that. We have some weird ones. We had a guy 154 versus a 340 pound. And they had a war, and it was one of the best film footage I ever got from a video because it was crazy because everybody's busted, everyone's broken down, and you'd be surprised after a long, grueling tournament. Guys are, some guys are closer even though their weight classes are way off. So,
and that's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like the King of the Hill overall, which is where you're going by weight class coming down, but a true champion of the champions. Yeah. It's like you say, just put them in a draw, let fate decide. And
that's how we always done it. We've always done it that way.
You get some bangers. I've pulled some of the most memorable matches in events like that. I had an absolute clunker with Jerry Cadorette in one of those. Just good. It's good fun. If you're like an 80 kilo guy and you're pulling a super, and it gets into a battle, you'll never forget that. It's ace, absolute quality. And the WAF Worlds. When they used to do the Champion of the Champions, that was how it was done. And it was really
we've seen interesting shit too. So like, you would think, oh, this guy at 198, he's going up against, a 300 pounder. Well, you're really seeing kind of different aspects. Like, at first, the 198 guy stops the 3-something. They get into a kind of a grinder, but then you can see the big guy deteriorating, and then boom, buddy wins, right? And I like the bracket system that way, just because it's just random, where you still get big gaps to rest before you get called back to the table, right?
Well, think about it this way. So, would everybody on the call agree with the sort of styles make matches thing?
100%.
So, with all the nuance that's in the sport right now, let's take some examples. So, if you went to WAF Worlds, I don't know, let's pick one out of our ass. Oh, Luka Tanadze. Okay.
Scary.
So if you did an overall and Luka Tanadze goes in there, how far do you reckon he goes?
A long way.
How many of the champions above him? How many of them could he beat?
If we look at last year's Worlds, there's a good chance he's beating a lot of them, in my opinion.
Especially if it's a bracket system, randomized bracket system, because you'd be able to rest in between.
That's the thing.
I don't like the King of the Hill where you just sit there because it's bullshit. You could be the king all the way to the end and lose, and then some. I don't know. I never liked that way. I'd rather the random brackets where you get time to rest. So a guy like
and you get a chance of genuinely seeing who's the dude.
That's right. I agree. I really
so Luka Tanadze, if he can beat, up to 3 weights above him who are world champion, or it used to be first and second would go in there. So world champion or vice world champion from each weight division, then that's a bad dude. If he can go and beat the world champion 3 weights above him, holy shit.
I agree.
I will say this though, because if we look at Greg Sharp in the WSA, what I do like, because he has 4 weight classes, the winners of each of those classes go on and have a little best of 3. So like the 2 lighter classes will have a best of 3, and the 2 heavier classes will have the best of 3, and one of those 2 meet up for the best of 3, and that will crown your overall. I do like that though. I do like that.
Well,
Wait,
to be fair, again, not to bring Tim back into it, but Tim's whomped a few big bastards that I've seen. A number of times I've been stood next to guys when they've said, Tim's going to get smacked here. I said, well, we'll see. And Tim cracks some dude that you don't think he's got any chance of cracking. And I've seen him do that a lot.
What were you going to say, Tim?
I was just going to make it funny. I didn't know. I was just going to put it on the record, timestamped at 27 minutes that Jody Williams gave Greg Sharp a compliment in 2026.
Oh, shit. Somebody
I was thinking the same thing.
So we're going to go ahead and
Really?
timestamp this at 27 in 2026.
Somebody clip that, please. Send it to me. We need it for the record. Jody,
I'm just being honest, man. I mean, think about though. I mean, from a tournament standpoint, and a lot of times, guys, and I want your thoughts on this too. Depending on the puller, some of their styles are probably meant for open tournaments. Other styles are meant for super match format. Do y'all agree or disagree?
Travis Bagent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was the one that
Travis
created the whole brackets for WSA, so it makes sense.
And for years afterwards, fair play to Travis, he's going to fight his own corner. But if you're the guy that can silver bullet dudes, just, of course, that's what you want. You're the drag car. And if the match stops, you're in trouble.
If you're Coach Ray.
If you're Coach Ray or Frode Hogeland, let's go as many rounds as we can. I mean, I yesterday made the comment about Pradeep. And there's nothing personal in it. It's genuinely, he talks bollocks.
Ignorant. It was ignorant.
It's just as simple as that. But he said,
I don't watch Pradeep anymore,
guys have convinced us that Devon Lara only benefits in tournaments where it's endurance based. No, that's not really it, is it? But history, if you look at and analyze, he talks about the amount of analysis he's done. If you actually analyze the matches in detail, when it stops and it's a grinder, if he can put the brakes on you, that is a very hard man to beat. And you don't need to do any analysis. Ask one of the fucking guys in the match. They'll tell you.
Go look at the Andre Pushkar match. Pushkar wins round 1. Devin in round 2 gets the stop, bleeds Pushkar. Then round 3, 4, 5, 6, it was easy. Devin was coasting.
Look, there's so many guys like that, and it's not you don't have to be. You don't have to go into a lab, put on a white coat and a pair of glasses, and go and analyze every match and try and move the stats around so it favors your case. If he's doing it just for content, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the reality of the situation is anybody can see that that's the bloody case. Michael Todd's another one. Frode Hogeland was another one. Coach Ray is another one. And there's many more.
Mindaugas Terasitis.
You get the brakes on you, and
Nicholas Nanastad.
Giannis Amelins.
Another one.
Samusha. Holy
Yep.
I mean, speaking of that match has me intrigued still for the next EBW. So
great match.
Well, like Daniel Prokopchuk too, man. He put the bleed on anybody.
Yeah. So there's guys that are fast twitch. There's guys that are slow twitch. End of conversation. You look at guys that are snipers, killers. It's not difficult to spot who they are. Their resume will show you really clearly if you watch it, or if you just go to a table and pull with them. You learn real quick what the guy's about. Yeah, if you can smoke him, tuck him in quick, you have a good chance. But if he puts the brakes on and pulls you into a grinder, yeah, good luck.
I think a good example of somebody that has the best of both worlds, that fast twitch, that's wicked, and also can get in those ugly, grindy matches, is Nerdlet Idrahan. I mean, all you have to do is look at his matches from Worlds and then look at his matches with David Samusha. Like, Jesus Christ.
Grinders and just lightning wins. Yeah, I've seen both from that guy too. I agree.
Bit of a story for you, right? So years ago, I'm at the bloody Arnold Classic. I'm weighing like 80 kilos, 85. But I'm strong as I felt filthy strong, really good. I'm working on the stand over there, and George Zakowicz is there, Crazy George. And he comes over, and you know how George is. And I like George. I get on with George very well. And this is like a day after the competition. I was clean as a whistle, and George has done George. He, pulled any day you want. He does the same thing. And he makes a comment and say, I can beat anybody in the room at 200 pounds. And I went, bullshit, you can't. I will fucking murder you. And he's like, all right, anyway, we immediately go over to the practice table. No animosity, just pissing around.
Mm-hmm.
And I blazed the motherfucker like 5. Absolutely light him up like Blackpool seafront. Straight away. Whack, 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 whack. And he says, yeah, but if I stopped you, I'll beat you. And I'm that confident. I went, bullshit. I will pause on you and still slap the shit out of you. So he says, right, okay, well, this time we're going straps. Don't flash me. And we'll see. And I would have bet my fucking house. Honestly, I was like, there's no way this guy beats me. So I do it. I get total hand and wrist control. Go to pin him. Fuck me. The little bastard wrote me off for the fucking month. I'm not talking about he wrote me off for the rest of the day. He wrote me off for a month. I was fucked. And he still beat me. Wanker. I couldn't believe it.
You have to beat him with speed. If he gets set and he gets locked in, it's good luck.
I mean, back then, yes, so embarrassed.
Sure. Oh, even still, it's still hard to slow pull him. I pulled him last year, and it was like, when it stopped, it's still interesting.
Horrible. Yeah, never, ever, ever want to do that again. It was awful, but it shows you the guys out there. You remember Jason Vale?
Yep.
Yeah. Strapmaster.
Dude. I've had the same situation with Jason. Go on the practice table, mucking around with Jason. Boom, flash him, light him up, no problem. Go into the straps. I had so much control in one match. I thought, okay, if you freeze frame the match and say, right, stop. Do you go on to win that match? I'm going to go, yeah. How much do you want to bet? Well, we'll start with my soul. I don't believe there's any way that the dude beats me. Yeah, you live and you fucking learn.
But that just goes to show styles make matchups. Like, and we can, venture into EPW. And why does it seem like lately the matchups we see on paper might be like, oh, this is going to be a good match. And then when the smoke clears and the dust settles, it's 3-0. It's like going, damn, that went off like a wet fart in church. Like, why do you think that is?
Well, because I think it comes down to matchmaking. I know when I make matches at my events, just saying, I will take people with kind of similar attributes and put them against each other. I'm not really the type of guy that will say, I'm going to put that hooker in there against that top roller. I just won't. I'll be like, you know what? Fuck, man, can you imagine if fucking this guy pulls this guy? Like, they're so similar. They're going to be, where it's going to go. You know what I mean? Those are the matches I make because I know.
It can be super difficult. It can be super difficult at the top level. Like, if we take the last East versus West, for example, there were a lot of 3-0s.
Yeah.
Right. No, and it's hard to predict. And it's hard to predict that those things are going to happen. Let's use Manifester and Vlad. Like, I thought that Vlad was going to have a lane to be able to slow him down way more than he did, and at least get some victories.
Lane. Yeah,
I was wrong. Let's use Fia Brigitte Evanfi. Well, I mean, they pulled at Worlds and Fia ran over her. I mean, so that was, to me, kind of a given on how the whole match was going to go. Like, there's certain things that Or even Devin Vitale, great example. I mean, if you ask anybody, they thought Devin might get us. If Devin got a stop, which he did, he might be able to sneak out some wins with Vitale. And Vitale said, "Nah, hold my beer.
Yeah,
That ain't
that Tally
happening."
showed he had so much more endurance than
So
you
it's
know.
so hard, but yeah, it's so hard to predict who's having an on day, who's having an off day. Like, who this person had a bad time traveling over and has a sniffle now that's now
Yeah,
affecting them, and this, that, and the other. There's so many
It's always a
variables.
guess, isn't it? Let's be honest.
yeah,
It's
it
always
is true.
I mean,
It
it's
is
always
true.
a guess. Anything can happen.
I've seen guys pull one week to the next, and the outcome changes totally.
Well, I mean, if we use AC for example, Neil, you were there. Mindy, I don't know how the hell he pulled off that 3-0 victory versus Prokopchik. He was sick as hell.
Yeah, he had full blown AIDS.
Yeah.
And it was definitely worrying the couple of days
Yeah.
before when you knew how sick he was. I mean, he was hanging around with me and the sniper. We were going out getting food and stuff, and he didn't show up. And I says to Bogdan, where's the cunt? He said,
Oh yeah, I remember
he's
that.
not. Yeah, he's not coming out. I'm like, what's up? Yeah, he's got AIDS. And then the next day we saw him, and he showed up, and he was absolutely white as a sheet. I'm like, get the away from me! And that virus, whatever the bloody hell it was, went through the whole.
It was Tim's
event.
fault.
Everybody, you didn't get it, did you, Tim?
What?
I didn't
That
get it
AIDS
either.
virus that went
I
round
didn't get it
Atlantic
either.
City.
Oh, buddy, I got a stomach of steel.
Dude, I was okay till we coming home. On the way home, oh my god, I was sick as frick.
I know. I didn't get it. Josh didn't get it. I don't think Vicky. I think Vicky got it when she got back to Sweden.
Yeah,
My buddy Lewis got it when he was with us.
yeah, it was rough as fuck.
It hit
Yeah,
him on the
Mindy-
way to the airport, and he said it was one of the worst flights he's had.
Mindy
Yeah.
was good. I remember because we gave Mindy an IV full of vitamins, and he pepped up a little bit. But even day of the competition, he was still white and sweating more than he normally
Pretty
is.
white looking naturally, though, isn't he?
No, way more. He was like
Oh,
this
okay.
shirt.
Yeah, it was rough, really rough. You could see him, and when you saw him, you thought, Jesus. His eyes were all sunk in, and I thought, oh, this is really bad. And then on the day of the actual match, he was like, I said, how do you feel? And he went, I can eat a little bit now. I'm coming back. And he was like you're saying, Nathan, he was frigging rock strong.
Yep.
Mm.
So I mean,
So-
even stuff like that, right? Like you could have somebody that's deathly ill leading up to the event, like a Mindy who's pulling a Prokopchik, who was, who had a pretty hard weight cut. We'll say his weight cut wasn't easy, and that leveled them off. That leveled the playing field, so to speak. Because if Daniel would have came in easy weight cut, easy this, easy that, it'd have been a significantly harder match for Mindy.
That's weird how that works. Alex Moretis or Mauritis, he was coming off a really bad flu, and he performed great last night, like really good.
Oh,
So-
who did he pull?
Cody, Mighty Mouse. We did it at Matt's house. It was live on Matt's channel. Yeah, I refed it. Yeah.
Hey man, and here's the
Tim
thing.
Talmadge or Coach Ray? Where's your bet?
Who?
Tim or Coach Ray? Who wins?
Best of 7, right?
Yep.
Oof.
The same weight class now?
Nope, they won't be the same weight class. But the weight class they're pulling in is up to 90 kilo.
Tim.
I
Ray
think
does not weigh that.
Tim Talmadge?
yes.
Tim.
I got Tim
Yes.
being too much, maybe pulling out. Is it out of 7?
Yep.
Good
I
match.
think
Almost Iron
it's a-
House coming
It's
up.
a silver bullet is what it's coming down to, I think.
I think, yeah, Tim, you got to make it. You got to make it through the dark water there after you get a few pins off.
I think, I was going to say, if Tim doesn't put him away 4-0, I see it coming down to a silver bullet and just being an absolute death match.
Is this a right hand match?
Both. But
Okay, so
I think
a lot
the right
depends on
arm's the
this.
one that matters. I
The
mean,
right
you tell
arm
me,
is-
Tim,
yeah.
which one do you care about?
come on, man. Don't be starting that left hand stuff with me, man. Don't do that. But
Either
Here.
way,
Only one arm that matters, guys. No.
come on. Am I the only lefty on this show? What's
I mean, this thing's been coming around lately. I don't know. So we'll
I got
see.
an
Man,
IQ of 50 on my left. It's like literally
Tim, that
disabled.
match was a banger. That match in Vienna, that was a great match. You pulled really well, pal. Really well.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, I'll take the wins at Fallen Heroes against John Therian left-handed, Artem Taranenko left-handed, and everybody else. So, I mean,
The
in
Russian
the
spy.
United States, I really haven't lost a match left-handed since I started pulling at 90 kg again.
I suck. left.
Jody Williams, Tim Talmadge match incoming like a bastard.
I'll do it. Let's go. Let's do this.
Washington State.
Oh, there you go. See, I would have to be honest, Tim. It depends on for the right hand. How does your wrist feel? Because Neil, did you see his match with John Therian on the right?
Yes.
So you talk about a battle. Like that was a battle. And if you also saw the pictures that Tim posted, that wrist didn't look healthy.
It
And
would
so
look like
a
my
lot-
shirt, blue and red.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're talking April, right? We're talking April.
That's
Yeah.
the risk.
End of April.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't think
The wrist has to come along. It has to come back.
Now I'm curious. So what possibly can I pluck you? I don't know. You probably won't want to say nothing, Neil, so I don't blame you. But do you have you want to share some ideas on who might pull my boys, my teammates,
Dakota, I know exactly who he's on.
and Sean? Yeah.
I know exactly who Sean's starts with. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Dakota's got a intriguing match because he's pulling a guy called Thick Skin, Josh Davis.
Oh yes.
I know Josh Davis.
Yeah, no,
That's
Josh
interesting.
he don't look nothing.
No,
Oh,
but
he's something.
he's something. Yeah, I've watched.
Yeah.
I've watched a few of his matches.
Sticky, quicksand little bastard. And Sean, he starts with Bo Framps, Rob Frampton, the original Titan
Okay.
position puller.
Okay.
And
That's
Tim
good for
saw,
Sean. That's a good match for Sean.
yeah, and dude, Sean's a bad man.
He's.
In my
he's a bad
opinion,
dude,
Sean is a favorite in that match. Clear
I
favorite.
think so. I got him favorite, and
Yeah.
that's unbiased. I just think Sean's got too much technical. He's going to be too technical.
He's
for-
blisteringly quick and he's good. It's a test for Rob. Where's the reality check moment?
Rob's getting better.
Rob's come on a great deal.
Oh yeah. No, that's true.
I mean, just
But
looking
Sean
at
is a
him,
favorite.
looking at him
I
at the
think-
Vienna tournament, he did well.
I think Sean's
Really
the
good.
favorite in that match for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna go to the strap, and I think if Rob
Then there might be a
stops it in the
power
strap,
issue.
could be
Yeah.
a banger match.
Because Sean's came down in weight, right? He's down
Yeah,
to
well,
weight.
he did because he's got to pull 242 in the tough league. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I still have Sean the favorite, even though there is a little bit of a size discrepancy, especially in the speed and technical.
But the
prowess.
power
But if
might
it-
make up.
I was
might
gonna
make
say
up
if
a
it
bit.
comes down to strap and just
But
balls on balls, like I could
How-
see it'd be hard.
how much better has Frampton got since he pulled loss?
A lot.
Oh, day and night.
Okay.
Dude, he was running at the tournament in Vienna. He was murdering people.
Yeah,
Okay,
day and
okay.
night.
Yeah, no, I know. I seen the way Loss, who impressed me is him. I wanted to pull big Loss before he got too damn good. Yeah.
Yeah, Loz would have no chance with Rob.
Not now? No.
None.
Yeah. Okay.
You know who's going to be, the scariest to me out of the Titans coming up, just based on sheer mentality and the way he thinks, is Terry Hollins.
yeah,
Dude,
I agree.
Terry
That's
Hollins-
awesome.
That man
Oh.
is, I met him in Colorado when we were out there for the Shaw Classic, and his hand, oh my God, is terrifying.
Yeah,
Like-
Terry's.
Yeah. I
No
seen him
joke.
pulling with Philip and that. Yeah, I seen that.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's been working with me every week. So Terry, we're 6 weeks in now. He comes
There-
every week.
I
We
think
went
you
to Vienna.
I think you sparked a really big interest. You know what I'm so happy about? It's not just like a one or two guys now. Like now I'm seeing a lot of these strongmen are actually because of maybe Brian Shaw helping too. And then Neil, you doing Titan House and promoting it and being part of that strongman community. I seen Mitch Hooper last summer with Devin trying to learn how to arm wrestle. You see Terry Hollins coming in. You see Robert Oberst is training, and he's apparently getting really good.
Robert was
Right.
in the Titan House. So Robert came from Titan House.
Yeah.
He's been one of the guys we've had. Wait till you see Iron Bibi.
Oh, Iron BB
Ju-
pulling? Are you serious?
Oh,
Jody.
mate. Oh, mate. You
Jody, you
fucking-
want to know the thing you'll love about Terry Moore? He's a
What's that?
He's a predominant lefty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, Bibby.
BB's a giant. That guy's I would not want to be strapped to that guy.
He also, you can't believe how well he moves. I'm telling you.
His shoulders are wider than the damn table.
Yeah,
He's got arms
thick.
that are literally 29 inches around.
Yeah.
Wow.
His hand is as big as Mark Felix,
Oh no.
literally,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot thicker at the thumb.
That's
He
the true
moves
Levon
with
killer.
remarkable fluidity. For
Oh,
a
look at his
giant.
pressing power. His pressing power is ridiculous.
Oh, he's
Neil, I got a question for you.
obscene.
Since y'all brought it up. So
Yeah.
this is
Uh-oh.
so when we're over there, is it only athletes allowed in this house?
Yeah.
In terms of like what you bring in your girl.
Well, no. Is Coach Ray gonna have his girl with him or not?
Nope.
No? Oh,
Nope.
then he's gonna get
That's-
mind fucked the whole time we're in this fucking house.
Yeah,
gonna-
I think
he's
I
gonna-
as I understand
be
it,
fucking
T is going
scared.
to a wedding.
Yeah, he's gonna be fucking scared by the time we arm wrestle.
Mm.
Are you trying to
Yeah.
fuck with his motions, Tim?
There's gonna be a lot of fucking emotions going on.
Hey, gentlemen, we have a comment from Mr. Myers in Utah. What do y'all think about Wallace Dilly?
Powerhouse.
Now,
Powerhouse.
over the last weekend, Tim and I were in Kansas City, and the way I don't think Brad Grundy's a super by any means, but
He's not.
He's
he's
Brad's
not,
very
but it was cool to him to stick his toe in the water. But
There was way too much
Wallace
power there.
yeah, but here's the thing though. Where do you see Wallace going from here? Do you think he'll get another match on EVW?
Oh yeah.
Do you
That's
think he'll
right.
get another
Yep.
high profile match coming up?
I think I mean, if you look at what hurt Wallace a little bit was his match with, I don't know if it
With
hurt him or
Rickard?
helped him. No, was Corey West at Monster Factory.
Oh.
Like, it was a good match, but it was all inside, and Corey did win. Now, where does he go from that? Because if you look at North America from there, I don't think he beats Dave. Jerry's an interesting match, but I think Jerry has the upper hand slightly. He's not beating Michael, and he's not beating Devin. So really, he's outside of that top 5 in North
He
America.
might be Corey now, you know. Like
He told me
That,
You
that
were up
match,
there.
dude, that match just happened a few months ago, man.
no,
But
I know.
you're forgetting one guy.
Who?
When Pavlo comes back, does he beat
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Pablo. Yeah, that's true.
Because the word on the street is they're both
Jeez.
going to be at Arizona State, and it could happen. So
There you go.
June 6th.
Can I just say, how in the living God, in the entire of how is there only that many good big boys?
There's
In America.
more. There's more.
Oh.
There's some coming. Yeah.
I mean, not right now. There's not. I mean,
Well-
you're looking at the top of the top is you have Devin, you have Jerry, you have Michael.
I can't understand with so many big North American lads and so many up for it North American lads how there's not significantly more absolute weirdos in the supers coming out of the US.
Because
I
Where
because
are they all? What are we doing? Scaring them all?
because football pays too well.
yeah. Listen. I know somebody here that's taking it serious now and actually training with, and he's working out, and
Who's
he's not
this?
just Josh from here. He's making. Listen, you're talking about a guy that goes to practice here and there, does not train for arm wrestling, and just is a heavy duty mechanic. And I'm telling you, from what I hear, he's taking it serious. He's fucking training like full out now. Josh Bellin, I'm talking about. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, this guy trained up, could make a run towards
Yeah,
that.
SP just ran over him at Arnold's though.
No, not Bellin.
Yes, he did. Bellin was there, left-handed.
But who cares about the left? He doesn't pull left.
Whoa,
I'm just saying.
whoa.
I'm talking right hand, man. I'm talking right hand. Yeah. Listen, the last time
Start muting mics, man. Y'all keep back on the left-handers.
I mean, last
Well,
time he
no,
pulled.
we got-
I'm just saying. I'm
we-
talking right hand, man. I'm not.
Okay,
yeah, so
so
for
if-
right hand, we do have a guy that like I thought maybe 2-3 years ago was gonna be top 4 for sure, top 5.
Who?
And then he just got Dustin Tomlinson.
Oh yeah, I know him. I met
Yeah, what happened to him?
The dude's a freak, but he just doesn't
I
get
see him
out
on-
there.
Yeah.
It's just a big old redhead boy. I mean,
Yeah.
always wears overalls. I think
Overalls,
he
yeah.
lives near Burt, Nebraska, or some shit
He's
like
good.
that.
Mhm.
He's
The
good.
dude's a freak, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't stay with it, you know. And then
I
you
agree.
got the guys that like the Wayne Withers. Like, does he really
Yeah.
give a shit? Like, if
He-
he really
Wayne,
did
yeah.
give a shit, well, how good could he actually be?
Well, he's
yeah.
down on the list. I don't think he should be that low. I think he beats a few guys above him. So
Yeah, Wayne hasn't been the same since his bicep detachment.
Yeah,
though,
that's
to be
true.
fair.
yeah.
And yeah, you can say that Derek Smith hasn't been training, but do we really know where Tom Nelson is right now? Like,
Tom
he's training
Nelson's
his ass
taking it
off.
serious now, man.
Okay.
Ever since
He's
listen,
training his ass off, and he's pulling
Chance Shaw.
Chance Shaw.
Chance Shaw. And
Yep.
and I love Chance, but I think he beats Chance, and then that really opens up a big door of where does he go next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
You know,
as
you still
Tom
got- you still got
Tom
the- You
training.
still got the Tim Bresnans hanging in there. That's
Yeah,
still
but Bresnan,
around.
is he really going to go? Tim's kind of going slowly like this, right?
Yeah, but he's still
What
hanging
I'm-
He's
around.
still
what I'm
relevant.
getting
He's
at
still
is-
relevant. Yeah.
The amount of big guys across North America and Canada, just the sheer volume and numbers to draw from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not all of those guys are doing like 11-second 100 meters. You know what I mean? So I get it that football and there's other sport, but with the prominence of arm wrestling, the growth of arm wrestling, I cannot imagine that out there are not a lot of big bastards that
And
can
there
come
is.
in
They
and
just
do
gotta-
I don't know if these guys have pulled yet, but like my opinion, you got like two significantly up and comers with Wallace Dilly
Mhm.
and Austin Jaggers.
I already
I
put
don't
it
know
out
if
there.
they
Austin,
pulled.
you see it in the
Yeah,
chat.
left-handed.
Jets,
Left-handed.
I'm out. I gotta go get my arm ripped on for PT. See you
All
guys
right, brother.
You brother.
Thanks for joining us, man.
later.
Enjoy
Later.
your piss test.
But no, yeah, Austin
Oh,
Jackson.
look at every time Nathan leaves, I lose Jody.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
You
really?
just disappeared from the screen.
you can't hear me?
No.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
I can. Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So,
You know what's over, guys? You want to know something? I got my fucking
Okay.
side pressing machine yesterday. I'm pumped.
Shit,
Sorry.
I've lost Brian now.
No,
Did you
Tim
lose me
went
now?
off when to come back on. Is everybody like,
Oh.
man?
I can hear you, Jody, but I can't hear Brian.
What happened? What are you doing, Jody?
Nope, I've lost Brian.
Tim, can you hear me now, Tim?
Yep.
So, Brian, log off and log back in.
Okay. Give me a second.
Every time somebody logs off, Jody, one of us lose somebody. It's happened the last couple
Yeah,
weeks.
can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool, we'll go. Okay.
Yeah,
It
every
hurts,
time
man.
it's so weird. Like SB would log off early, and then like we would lose Jody. It's like, what the fuck?
So, what matchmaking? Like, what do you
Hello?
see, Neil? As far as some of the supers that we have here in the States, like, what do you think a good match would be?
Maddie.
Man, I think there's a lot of good matches, but I don't believe the recruitment drive in the USA. Like we did Savage Search for Arm Wars.
I love
Yes.
I think it should be like a thing for, like, say, for Tim's gig for Arm Sports Entertainment, which I'm a massive fan of Tim Talmadge's shows. Like, massive. They're friggin' huge. Arizona State, I want to get out probably the December one, November, December one. I'm planning on trying to get over for that. I think any of those shows and any of the events that are around the US, and anybody watching that sees this and thinks, you know what, we could go on a recruitment drive. I think that's what it needs, literally, a recruitment drive where you just shell up on people and be like, you got massive forearms and you look like you've just come down a fucking beanstalk. Ever thought about getting into arm wrestling?
Oh, did we? I'm telling you, about 2 years ago, the UAL put on a tournament in southern Arizona, like all the way down in Yuma, and this guy showed up. No shitting you. I have a picture of it. His hand, bigger than any arm wrestler you've ever seen. It stuck out to about here. And I was like, his forearm was about this, and it went all the way up his arm. It was a log. I said, buddy, who are you? His name was like Henry. And I was like, what have you done? He's like, I was a tight end. I was like, got it. Makes sense. Tight end in the NFL.
Yeah.
This dude has never stepped foot on a table before in his life. Got up there and beat Vrej left-handed.
Wow.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
He gripped around Vrej's hand and touched his own wrist. No shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I started talking to him.
That's the type of dude you want. That guy.
I started talking to him. We tried to get him to practice, but what fucked up is he got linked with the wrong guys and never got in sport again. They con artist him.
Yeah.
And he just left. That's the problem. If these guys don't get linked up with the right people, they'll use them. And it, like this guy was like, "Oh, you're famous, blah blah blah," and then fucking boom, he's gone.
John Henry, he's an old power lifter, didn't he? I know. I remember John Henry.
I remember Mark Henry.
Oh, Mark Henry, is that who it is? He was that
Mark
big
Henry's
dude.
the WWE
Yeah.
dude. He was prior to that. He was in Arnold's all the time over there. Strongman. Yeah.
That's who I'm thinking of. So I'm wrong.
Got a head like a bread bin.
Yeah.
Haircut like Predator. Strong as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Massive lad. Square.
That's the thing, Neil and Brian. You know, if you ever been to one of Tim's events, and I've been to both of them, and you know,
I'm gonna hit one of them soon.
he open draw tournament, and they bring the best of the best. You know, like whether it be Arizona in the summer, Washington in the winter, they bring out the best of the best. And you know, each class represents some serious battles. There ain't no easy, you know, classes anywhere. So, you know, one must admit, I mean, when you break everything down to it, that's the tournament to be at. You just know if you only want to pull Arm Sports Entertainment, just go, you know what? I'm gonna go pull Arizona State, rest and train for 6 months, go to Washington State, rinse and repeat. 6 months later, here we are again in Arizona. So if you really wanted to, a person could do that, you know?
I'm telling you that what sets us aside though is it's not just arm wrestling. Like we put out a full, like if you look at our first original flyer, it says June 5th to the 7th for a reason. We have stuff every day for people to do, and we stick around to do that, right? We're not just the guys that put on a fucking tournament and say, thanks for coming later. Like, I mean, we took people hiking. We have pool parties on Sunday. That's like one of the things we're known for in Arizona is Sunday from 9 to 5 with DJs and barbecues and content, like cameras everywhere with 5 tables. It's all provided. Like there's a Friday night dinner in a conference room that we bring all this food and everybody can come meet all the Swedens, the Latvians, the Australians, people around Canada. Pork Chop will be here. We can just talk about that real fast. I got Pork Chop pulling Josh Ellington. What do you think about that?
Woo! In Arizona State?
Yeah, it's a banger match.
There you go.
Tim, tell them about the other one, the lightweight one.
The lightweight one is the most intriguing one, which
That's
is
the one.
Kristaps versus Joseph Moranto.
Oh wow, I like that one.
I mean, and then you know, once I get past Mighty Mouse, then I got to come back and have 4 weeks to train for the #1 spot in North America against Brandon Elsesser.
Are you going to be well rested and ready by then?
Mighty Mouse? Really?
Hey, even if I'm not, it's going to be a fun show. I promise you that.
Where's that one,
That's
mate?
Yeah.
Arizona State, June 6th.
Boom. Mm-hmm.
There's lanes against Brandon. Yeah,
That would have been a good one for me to come over to, but unfortunately the date is balls.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I mean, like I said, you'll Neil. I'm telling you, for you though, you're gonna really enjoy Washington because the venue is now a full concert center inside of a casino. We had 700 people in attendance last year. Like it's only gonna be bigger this year. But not only that, yep, it signed a 5-year contract with them, and then my guy owns a limousine company. So on Thursday, before we do anything, we go to Willamette Valley for the wine tour for 8 hours.
Oh my God.
That's what you would like.
Criminal.
Wine tour. Yeah, we got a beer tour at our event we're giving away.
It's
to drink
so
a
much.
whole
I'm
bunch of
telling you,
beer.
if you've never been to the Pacific Northwest and you
Yeah.
like, even if you don't like wine,
Yeah.
the wine tour through the mountains of
Oh.
Dundee and Willamette Valley is second to none.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I personally think it's better than Napa Valley.
It's Bigfoot country anyway, so you know.
Oh,
We got
it's
a lot to
beautiful.
that here. Yeah.
So
When
we
do you have
a
an event in
comment.
July?
That's
The
it.
only month I got open is July.
Does this date conflict with EVW in Arkansas? Did they even put a date on that yet?
Yes.
Yes, but no, right? Like it hasn't been released, but like yeah, as of yes.
I think I know the date.
Yeah, but is Arkansas like a good idea? Like really? I mean, like, is there an airport? You're gonna have to get go-
Little Rock.
Little Rock.
yeah, and then you got to rent everyone's gonna have to rent vehicle. I don't know. I just like a central hub is. I mean, I'm not hating. I know that there'll be a lot of support. It'll be huge, but I'm just like, you think a major city with an airport in that city. I mean, that's where you want to do the big events, right? But maybe
I can't comment. I have no clue about.
I know. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying. I was just looking at like if I was to plan it out, I was like, well, I gotta go here and then I gotta drive all this way. I gotta rent a vehicle and then.
Well, is it Little Rock or is it in Hot Springs?
I want to say it's in Little Rock, but don't quote me.
Because I know when Tim and you and I went to the Monster Factory a few years back, you know, we had to fly into Little Rock and then rent a car and then drive to Hot Springs. So there's that. But you know, as far as a major hub, what's that?
About an hour.
How far is that?
An hour.
Okay.
I mean,
What's your
I
major
know
hub
that,
would
I know
be?
that EBW they had some dates doing this, and as Neil knows,
I thought I heard August or something.
and well, there's one there too, but they were trying all sorts of things from what we've heard.
Yeah.
I do know that what we were told 2 to 3 different dates, and then now it's been kind of solidified to one date. I'm sure it's the same day as Arizona State. Again, we're across the country.
Yeah,
Like it's
irrelevant.
you know, there's one in New York that same day, a big one up there. Which
I mean,
know
and the
a lot
bright side of that, I suppose, is you do your event and then watch bloody East versus West in the evening.
Yep.
Well, no, ours is during the day because East versus West in the United States has to be at like noon or 1 o'clock. So it's actually like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. like when our tournament's starting.
Right. It's like 11 here where I am.
So we were going to do the super matches in the morning, but now I had to pivot, and we're doing ours at night, and not in the morning because I want people to be able to watch. Like I'm a supporter. Obviously, I'm going to put it on the big screen and you know and work that out with Robert. But it is what it is. People have choices. Like there's no ill willing if they want to go to New York for that event. I've said it multiple times on this podcast. Go to New York if you're close to there. If you feel like you want a vacation, come out to mine. If you want to go to EVW, whenever they announce it, go there. Again, there's options and there's no hard feelings. Go where you feel like you want to go and at least go somewhere. That's all I'm saying. Go somewhere.
Right.
Go somewhere.
Look at this, Tim. Maybe you should push Baxter to hold EVW event in Arizona. That would be great.
It's talked about. It's definitely talked about. The hard part for us is that in the United States, the tournament has to be done on a Friday. The way my 2 events are with Washington and Arizona, I'm not sure I could ever switch them to a Friday. Just for how
Saturdays
big they
have to be. Yeah.
I can't switch something that's working, and we've been going up every year. You know, 2 years ago we hit 415 entries, and so I'm not gonna. I can't change up my whole only 2 events a year off of one. I would love to host them, but it would have to be not during an Arizona State and just during a normal Arizona tournament. They know that I have the venues for it that holds 3,000 people, a 4-minute walk to the airport.
But the other thing that you may find from EVW would be that they pivot and do the Sunday or something. Because would people really care? I don't know. But if you've 2 sides of it, haven't you? You've got your live show attendance. So if you've got I don't know how many people come to Arizona State, but I bet it'd benefit both parties. I bet Arizona State would be friggin' stuffed to the gills. and
Oh,
that you'd get a tremendous amount of attendees then in the show itself if that was on a Sunday and people make it a weekend. I don't know. But also the other thing is it likely to be on that date again? You're always on that date with Arizona, aren't you, Tim? So
Yeah, within a week or so. But I pivoted 3 years ago now when Ingen started, and I was working with Ingen, and he said that he was going to try to keep the same weekend. So we changed Arizona and Washington State to always align the weekend before. That way, for certain people that like my promotion, like the Latvians and the Swedens, they could always come and do both and make a nice holiday out of it. That's what it's always been about, is that people can make a longer stay in the United States and see more of their friends and have more options rather than it always landed on the same date. So that's kind of how I've always done mine is, like Washington State, it's the weekend before EVW. So like for you and a Coach Ray, you can come out, you can enjoy your time, you can still enjoy 2-3 days afterwards before you got to go to work again. And so that's kind of been the point of it.
The Arizona State's always has been problematic for me because of the TT motorcycle races.
Yeah.
And that's I've been at that gig for 22 years.
Yeah.
It's been there since literally 1907. They've run it and it's always the first week in June. So I'm completely screwed there. But I will be cutting my week and going to East versus West. So if East versus West is when I believe it is, I will be in Arkansas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
So when does Armours make its return to the desert in Las Vegas by chance? Do you know if you know?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it again. Certainly for the foreseeable, unless it made sense with another, coin with another big promotion, because just the cost and it just doesn't make a great deal of sense. And we look, and our thing is quality. We always want to be the absolute bar in terms of quality. And from a format perspective, we've steered away from doing the live show format because we don't want to. We work very closely with EVW, so I don't want to interrupt or create a problem for East versus West. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I don't want to create a problem for any other event. But East versus West is the one we're working closely with, and I don't want to get under their feet.
Right.
So we've stayed away from doing live shows, and we're going to continue to build arm wrestlers and brands. Case in point, pretty good one, Bogdan Stoica.
Yeah.
Reluctance initially around getting him on an East versus West card. Prior to that, Mindaugas Terasaitis.
Yeah.
But these guys are coming in and they're already media trained and they've got characters set, and the original guys there, obviously, No Limits, Devon Latt and Monster Michael Saab.
Yeah, they came too.
Yeah, all came up that same route, and we've more coming. We've got some killers.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Jody.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Neil, it's gonna happen.
There you go.
I got a great plan.
It was that means after dark time. So I got one more question, then we'll wrap this up and we'll go to after dark.
I want to plug one thing too for myself.
Go
Plug
ahead.
it, Brian. Plug that fuck out of it.
Listen, so I just want to tell everybody, I'm pulling all old timers legends this summer. I'm pulling Len Houghton at my event the end of May.
I love him. Len
Yeah, I love Len too. He's a really good friend of mine. Yeah, we're gonna have a super match, and then guess who just challenged me? And he'll probably whoop me even off the couch, but I'm gonna train and I might surprise people. I'm pulling the Grippler in August.
Really?
Go on,
Carnegie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you know what?
I'm
He's
excited.
strong. He's always strong. So like, But anyway, I just wanted to put it out there. I got.
I'm glad you did. That's going to be interesting.
I want to pull these legends, these guys that have been pulling and that I've watched, and I don't care win or lose, but I want to pull them while they're still.
Is Mike Gould still active?
He pulled. He was active last year. He had some matches last year. He pulled for Global Elite. He pulled for MAC.
No, that's a good man.
Yeah, I'd love to pull him too.
Mike Gould's a great guy.
Yeah, Croucher pulled him last year. He got a win on him too, on the one arm. Yeah.
All those original Port Perry crew were good boys.
Yeah.
We were.
I got a question. This is mainly for the last question. This is for Tim and Neil, and I will label this as crown jewel, right? So your crown jewel, when you have an athlete that comes through your promotion, and this is the hottest thing. And I'm not talking about Devin. I'm talking about for you, Neil, it would be Bogdan. For you, Tim, it would be Joseph Morano. When you see those pullers, those athletes come through your promotions, and then they go out and all of a sudden they just wreak havoc. And I'm like going, okay, does that make you proud that, hey, he came here first. He got his footprints here first before he ventured out and started whipping everyone's ass. So my question to you two is that how does that really make you feel when you have somebody that comes for your promotion and then they go on a bigger stage? Because Morano's undefeated at EPW, Bogdan Stojka. I mean, that guy's he went to every single promotion, just kicked everyone's ass. So how does that make y'all feel?
Tim?
I mean, great. I mean, like I said, like I had Adam Rosinski on my first ever pay-per-view, and when he beat Brent Rackers, kind of set him up over the top. I mean, Corey Miller speaks for himself, but kind of to bring Corey back to the super match format on a higher level, started coming to my events and got those higher level matches, went to EBW. Artem Taranenko went to EBW. Joseph Moranto went to EBW. I've had a handful of people come through that either went to EBW, Arm Wars, or even onto maybe Knuckles Up, a higher promotion around here. I feel like Arm Sports Entertainment can be a lot of gateways for a lot of people with the eyes and the people that show up to be noticed for that.
I think in like, yeah, you do a good job, Tim. Like I've been watching last year, I've been watching lots of your events, a lot of big names. It puts eyes on the athletes, but I think just in general, I think North America, we do a good job at highlighting talent too. Like when, Therian, when he went to Savage Search, people are like, who's this guy? Neil did great. He kind of exposed John, right? Well, John did a good job too, selling himself to Neil and Arm Wars too, right? But then then just guys that are traveling, like John Therian. I like using him because you look at him, he traveled, he wasn't afraid to be in the States all the time and get his name out there. And then we got all these guys that are doing that now. And I think Tim's organization, some other promotions, they're definitely highlighting the athletes, and now they're getting, on East versus West, or they're getting on like these big productions, right? So I don't know, just keep up the good work, and hopefully we just keep getting really good people coming out and competing too. I want to come to your event, Tim. I do.
I hope you do. Neil, before you say anything, me and you, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, sat on the back porch of the Green Park Hotel. It was you and oh geez, why am I drawing a blank? Your partner, Jesus,
James.
You and James, and you're like, if you had to pick a couple guys that you think is worthy for Arm Wars, do you remember who I told you? And you didn't know who the fuck he was, and he came over and he's one of your favorite guys over there.
Well, if it's the one I'm thinking, I did know who he was, but the one that jumps out that we did talk about, but if you remember, we already had him booked, and when I mentioned his name, you went, "Oh, he's a fucking," and you went, "He's a prince. He's a Georgian prince." Yeah, it was Mika Sakwaradze. So I'd had my eye on Mika for about 18 months, 24 months, and it was the date thing because Mika's a pro tennis coach.
Is that? Oh, that's the California kid.
Yeah, hard to get hold of, hard to make it work, and then we got it, and it worked, and it was on. And Mika is, and will always be one of my favorite. I don't care about levels. I don't care about.
No, he puts everything into winning.
I absolutely love that bastard. He's like Jeff Hale's another one. You just got guys that are friggin' awesome. And you meet, I mean, the whole situation around Dakota Crowther that are coming over for this. It's more about that. I mean, Sean Crowther, I've said it many times, but he is real arm wrestling. Tim's real arm wrestling. Jody, real, so many guys that are the real hardcore of arm wrestling. Canada is full of the bastards, Brian. You know, these are the guys. And it's nice for those lads to get an outing. I've got to tell you, Now everybody looks at Devon, and Devon's Devon. Devon wasn't always that guy.
Mhm.
When we started Devon going, he was a different. If you go back
Like a
and you
shy
watch
guy.
the archive, you don't see that guy that you see now. Go back and watch Michael Todd at the Echo Arena. Different man. They
Yep.
found their character. They've grown, they've evolved, and they did over years. It's great because the last event, Devon, we were talking, we were weighing things up at the end of the Titan House, and we were talking about how excited we were. And he turned to James and said, "Did you know that I came up through the Arm Wars environment? This is where I got my start, and I came up." Yeah, Devon was with us for like 12 years, and still is. Devon comes back, he pulls regularly, and that's what I'm very proud of. The fact that the guy who's gone to the pinnacle, Mike, all these guys come back. We'll help you build your brand. We'll help make you put you in matches that are entertaining matches. And most arm wrestlers, 99% of arm wrestlers, cannot build a brand. They can't get that quality if they try. And within the live show element, so the Eastford, you don't get that.
Yeah.
You get massive exposure as an athlete in the live show, but you don't get necessarily the same brand because it's a different format.
You get an edited format. You also get a kind of an outline of the athlete on Arm Wars. You build like a story. Listen, they get a lot becoming on Arm Wars. I mean, you really get to know, and I think that's where fans get developed, right? Because now you see this person, you get to know his character, you see his heart and passion on the table, and now you feel connected to this person. And that's what I like about Arm Wars. So.
And you get to practice in front of the camera. And every time you do that, it gets a little better, gets a little better. And then you can take that out. And what the guys that have used it most successfully have done, they've taken those shows out, shown them to sponsors, get a small sponsor to cover some stuff for them. And that helps a great deal with training, with travel, with other stuff. I mean, Terrian, I remember John saying to us after he came to Arm Wars, he said, Jesus, I couldn't believe the difference. My inbox went from nothing to overnight because of that, made a massive difference. And if you chart the history back, look at John Terrian beforehand. Had anybody heard of John? Was he anywhere? Just go and have a look. You'll see. Nowhere. Literally, show goes out. John Terrian is the most active probably too active.
I agree. Too overactive. I think he actually takes some L's sometimes because he's too active.
Yeah, maybe beats himself up, don't get the recovery. But he's everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is a big thing. And the as I say, the guys like Nicholas Nanastad came up through the Arm Wars thing, still with us, went out, kicked the shit out of the World Arm Wrestling League. Awesome. And when you see that happen, yeah, it's amazing, mate. It's great. Absolutely great.
You pull people from all over the globe.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't care where you're from.
Nope.
If you can speak English,
yeah,
and you're not shy in front of a camera, yeah.
There it is. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because we had this major question that Tim has on the After Dark special. So, everyone, thanks a lot for joining us. And before I go, one last thing. Mr. Nathan McCallan tore his bicep over the weekend at Winter Blast. Get well soon. Other than that, everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next Monday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Stay healthy. Stay